Donald Trump announces Matt Gaetz as his pick for Attorney General. Notice that all these people that he has in his cabinet have been fighting since 2016, even more so since 2020, and they're also young, willing, and able. I agree with all of them up to now. They're fantastic. Now, the news out of Washington, President-elect Donald Trump has selected Representative Matt Gaetz to be the 87th Attorney General of the United States, filling the nation's top law enforcement position. With a Florida lawmaker who has been under investigation by the department he would be overseeing. The appointment comes at a crucial juncture for the Justice Department, which has spent the entirety of the Trump era under attack by the president-elect, who has been charged with 4 federal felonies in connection with his efforts to overturn his 2020 election loss. That case is already winding down. Trump made the Attorney General announcement in the Truth Social post saying Gaetz would end weaponized government, protect our borders, dismantle criminal organizations, and restore Americans' badly shattered faith and confidence in the Justice Department. Matt Gaetz has been a staunch supporter of Trump and has regularly attacked the Justice Department and FBI, both of which he would oversee as Attorney General if confirmed by the Republican-led Senate, and I believe he will be. Now, the DOJ and FBI investigated Gaetz for possible trafficking, but the case ended in 2023 without any charges filed. After the resolution of the investigation, Gaetz called for the abolishment of the FBI. I don't care if it takes every second of our time and every ounce of our energy. We either get this government back on our side or we defund, get rid of, abolish FBI, CDC, ATF, Gaetz said in 2023 at the Conservative Political Action Conference, referring to the Centers for Disease Control Prevention, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. And Gaetz also being investigated by the Bipartisan House Ethics Committee, which is looking into whether he engaged in misconduct and illicit drug use. Gaetz told the committee in September that he is done cooperating with the panel, which he said asked him for a list of adult sexual partners over the last 7 years. Could you imagine? You have to disclose who you were intimate with and in love with. I mean, this is ridiculous. In a letter to the committee and later to reporters, Gaetz blasted the investigation as not the business of Congress. They're just nosy, and what they are is what they are, and it's none of their business, Gaetz told NBC News at the end of September. Trump announcement on Wednesday unnerved prosecutors at the DOJ, as well as FBI agents. Many have been waiting in recent days to see who Trump named as his Attorney General pick. Gaetz is one of the most vocal critics of both organizations, the 2 most powerful federal law enforcement agencies in the country. One senior DOJ official said of Trump's announcements, "It's laughable," adding that Gaetz should not be confirmable. A former senior FBI official expressed astonishment, noting the various conspiracy theories that Gaetz had spread about the Bureau. "I'm still in shock," the person said. "I honestly don't know what to say." Well, it's not up to you, dear person, is it? Now, the 2 sources who asked not to be named due to fear of retaliation said they hoped that senators would not confirm Gaetz. One of the sources said, "I just have to hope that there are 3 or 4 senators out there that won't confirm. If they do," the person predicted that Gaetz would not find the conspiracies he claims exist in the Bureau. The person said they're going to realize that things are not as bad as they thought they were. Oh, they're just semi-bad. They're not totally bad. They're just like maybe 99% bad. Now, the source went on to express concerns for FBI agents. They're hardworking people who try to do the right thing, he said. Asked about the likelihood of Gaetz making it through the Senate confirmation process, a source close to Trump predicted that voters would pressure the senators to vote for him. The American people made it clear that they want President Trump to remake Washington, and Representative Matt Gaetz is the perfect man to restore the DOJ to greatness, said the source, who was granted anonymity to share internal thinking. Senators will hear from their voters who support the congressman. Trump allies have called for the DOJ to criminally investigate Special Counsel Jack Smith and New York Attorney General Letitia James. Smith has led criminal prosecutions of Trump in 2 federal cases, while James won a $355 million civil verdict against Trump's companies. As Attorney General, Gaetz would be in a strong position to determine the course of January 6 riot cases. After the riot, Gaetz claimed that without evidence that it was Antifa, not pro-Trump mob, that believed the former president's lies about 2020 election. Another January 6 defendant, Brandon Straka, said he was regularly in contact with Gaetz during a Twitter space in early 2023, as Gaetz was steering the outcome of the House Speaker's race. This is from NBC News on DNYUZ. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.